Greetings. Today, I would like to share a fascinating perspective on mental health, the hypnosis theory of sexuality and suggestibility. This framework, developed by Dr. John Kappas, offers profound insights into how individual traits interact with psychological disorders like PTSD, anxiety, and depression. It connects our developmental influences, suggestibility, and sexual orientations to the challenges we face in our mental and emotional health. So let me begin with some definitions. Suggestibility is how we interpret information. Some individuals are more inclined to take things literally, a trait called physical suggestibility, while others infer meaning, a characteristic of emotional suggestibility. Emotional suggestibility is about interpreting the world indirectly, often filtering it through emotions and relationships. Physical suggestibility focuses on direct, action-oriented interpretations, favoring tangible and explicit communication. Somnambulistic suggestibility is a blend of both, creating a heightened openness to external cues. It's often seen in individuals highly susceptible to hypnotic states, making them both vulnerable and highly adaptive depending on their environment. These suggestibility types are deeply influenced by our primary and secondary caregiver during childhood. Our primary caregiver, often a parent or guardian, establishes our foundation, emotional and physical responses. For example, children who had emotionally distant caregivers may become emotionally suggestible, interpreting relationships through inferences and emotional nuances. Conversely, a caregiver who emphasizes direct communication and physical affection might foster physical suggestibility. A secondary caregiver often reinforces or modifies these patterns, shaping how we relate to intimacy, attachment, and self-expression. This developmental interplay can lead to the categorization of individuals as emotional sexuals, those prioritizing emotional intimacy by suppressing physical affection, or physical sexuals who emphasize tangible expressions of connection. This dynamic becomes especially relevant when we examine mental health disorders. Let's explore these connections. Somnambulists, with their heightened suggestibility, are uniquely sensitive to both emotional and physical cues. This can overwhelm their psychological systems, leading to conditions like psychotic episodes, schizophrenia, and even compulsive disorders such as gambling or pyromania. For these individuals, the boundaries between their internal emotions and external actions blur, making them more susceptible to disordered thinking and behavior. Those with high emotional suggestibility often internalize stress, leading to conditions like PTSD and generalized anxiety disorder. For instance, PTSD might manifest as a heightened sensitivity to inferred threats, often tied to early experiences of emotional instability or trauma. Anxiety can emerge when emotional suggestibles suppress their feelings, channeling unresolved stress into phobias or compulsive behaviors like overeating or gambling. This group may also develop psychosexual disorders such as impotence or orgasmic dysfunction, where fears of vulnerability inhibit intimacy. In some cases, emotional turmoil manifests physically, such as obsessive cleanliness driven by a fear of contamination. Physical sexual individuals who externalize their emotional experience are more prone to action-oriented manifestations of mental illness. For example, depression may arise when unmet emotional needs translate into a perceived loss of control, promoting destructive behaviors like kleptomania or pyromania. Physical sexuals might also experience explosive personality traits where unmet emotional needs are externalized through volatile outbursts. For these individuals, mental health struggles often revolve around tangible expressions of internal conflicts, whether through compulsive eating, weight loss, or relational challenges. Some disorders arise from the intersection of emotional and physical traits. Take disordered eating as an example. Emotional sexual individuals may develop anorexia, using food restrictions as a way to impose control over emotional chaos. Physical sexual individuals might turn to overeating as a coping mechanism for unmet physical and emotional needs. Obsessive compulsive behaviors are another example. These actions often serve as attempts to bring order to emotional chaos, providing an appearance of control in otherwise overwhelming situations. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for therapists, particularly in hypnotherapy, while tailoring suggestions to the individual's traits can significantly enhance treatment outcomes. Emotional sexual individuals might benefit from suggestions that encourage emotional expression and reduce anxiety. Physical sexual individuals often respond better to direct, action-oriented approaches that address their needs for tangible results. Somnambulists, with their heightened suggestibility, require careful handling to ensure therapeutic suggestions are absorbed positively and constructively. This individual approach not only deepens therapeutic rapport, but also fosters meaningful and lasting healing. The hypnosis theory of sexuality and suggestibility provides a valuable framework for understanding mental health. It highlights the importance of recognizing individual differences in emotional and physical processing, as well as the profound impact on early caregiving relationships. By identifying how these factors interact, we can uncover the roots of maladaptive behaviors and provide interventions that resonate with the individual's intrinsic traits. Ultimately, this perspective reminds us of the intrinsic connection between the body, mind, and emotions, and the potential for profound healing when these connections are understood and addressed with care. I hope that this was informative and educational. Thank you.